This week's topic is one that is affecting us all over the world, wherever you happen to be living, whether it be Germany, the US, Australia, South Africa or Mauritius, and that's the cost of living. Prices are rising everywhere. The last 2 years have been very tricky indeed for most households, what with the pandemic and of course now Russia's invasion of Ukraine has not helped things. Wheat has gone up more than 60%, as have pesticides, fertilizers, the price of oil and petrol. So we're really feeling the pinch. So in today's video, I'm going to list things which I find have really gone up recently, all things which have radically affected the cost of living. The rate of inflation here in Mauritius is sitting at 7.9%. Great Britain is at 9% and the US 8.6%. And if you can believe it, in Turkey it's over 70%. So these are all things that are really affecting us. The first major increase I want to talk about today is petrol. And here in Mauritius, since December, we have witnessed 4 price hikes. 4, not just 1, but 4. So that's a massive 10% increase since the last one. And now a litre of petrol is going to cost you 74 rupees and 10 cents. I think the last time I did a video on this, it was sitting at around 50 rupees a litre. So that is massive. Of course, because of this hike in petrol, this has also affected things like the bus. If you're taking a bus as a form of transport, you're now going to pay around 35 rupees one way. Obviously, it depends on your route and where you're going, but transportation has really gone up here. Next is gas. This has shot up as well. I use gas in my home for cooking. Some people also use it to heat water, although I use solar panels. I use the big 12 kg blue bottles, and that used to cost around 180 rupees for a refill. Now it's 240 rupees. Electricity has gone up too, and we're pretty lucky in Mauritius because someone actually asked me in the comments recently, do we have a lot of power cuts? Luckily, not very many, certainly not on a daily basis or even on a weekly basis. Maybe once a month there's a little bit of a disruption if they're doing works, but generally our electricity is very good here. But as a comparison, when I arrived here 5 years ago, we used to run 3 aircon units during summer to sleep at night because obviously it's very humid here, and the bill would cost around 3,000 rupees for that month. Now the same, if I run 3 aircon units in the height of summer, we're looking at around 8,000 rupees. The next one is perhaps the biggest one. This is food, and of course this has majorly increased.
Do you think food prices have gone up? A lot, by 2.
One has to remember that Mauritius is a small island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, so most of our products here are imported from South Africa, France, Italy, the UK. You get the picture. So basically costs have of course gone up, freight, shipping, all of that has gone up with the increase in petrol prices and oil prices as well. So there's no surprise that when you go to the supermarket now, you're going to be paying more for your shopping. Some items where I've really noticed a price jump have been things like butter. I buy a brand from New Zealand, and I remember when this used to be around 70 odd rupees. It's now 90 rupees depending on the shop. Milk is another thing that I've noticed has become significantly more expensive. Because of the heat here, it's much easier to buy long life than fresh milk. So if I look at a brand like Parmalat, it used to be 40 rupees and is now 69 rupees. All of these prices can of course differ depending on which shop you go to, so it's always worth shopping around for the best prices. The other thing that I've noticed has gone up significantly is pasta. I like to buy these San Remo shells. They used to be around 45 rupees and 50 cents, and now they are 85 rupees. So that's a huge increase. Bread as well, if you like to buy something like a sourdough loaf or an artisanal loaf, used to be around 40 rupees, that's now 80 rupees. And of course, flour has also gone up. I buy this big 2 kilogram bag. It used to cost 30 rupees, it's now 60 rupees. So that's double the price. And then, as you'd expect, eating out has also increased. We often go to the beach and we go to some of the little stalls there, and I buy a fruit salad which used to cost around 100 rupees. For that same fruit salad now it's 150 rupees. A panini, again, used to be 100 rupees, it's now 150 rupees for a ham, cheese and tomato panini. If you're going to be eating out at a restaurant, you can expect now to pay around 500 rupees for a salad, something like a Caesar salad. Or if you're going to go and eat something more expensive like a lamb shank, that's going to cost you around 1,200 rupees for a dish. I'd say if you're eating out for 2 people, a nice meal with a beer, you're going to come away with about 3,000 rupees at least for 2 people. Personally, I'm not a fan of fast food, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to mention a McValue McDonald's meal, which interestingly has not gone up in a year. That's still 99 rupees for a McValue meal. At KFC, it's 155 rupees for something like a twister. And then there's clothing, and I have to admit I was shocked recently when I went to Bagatelle, which is one of the big shopping malls here in Mauritius. I went into Levi's just to have a quick look to see what jeans cost, and I couldn't believe it. Generally now, Levi's jeans are going to cost you, say for example, if you wanted to buy a classic 501 pair, they're going to cost you around 5,000 to 6,000 rupees for a pair of jeans. I couldn't believe it. And then shoes as well. If you wanted to buy a pair of, say for example, Nike or Adidas running shoes, you're looking at 6,000 to 7,000 rupees. Remember, of course, you can get deals, you can get sales where you might spend 3,000 rupees, but this is just generally now if you walk into a shop and you wanted to buy a pair of shoes, expect anything above 6,000 rupees, I'd say. Since the reopening of the island, so in other words since October of last year, I've also noticed that rent has gone up a lot. Places that used to be around 45,000 rupees are now around 60 to 70,000 rupees. That's particularly in the Tamarin Black River area, which is a favourite here in Mauritius amongst expats. Your more high-end luxury places like a 3-bedroomed house with a swimming pool quite close to the beach, this used to come in at around 75,000 rupees. Now for that same place you're looking at about 110,000 rupees. Internet costs with someone like MyT are now 2,500 rupees for a 100 megabit fiber line with TV. For cable TV, the top premium package of DSTV is 2,900 rupees. For Canal Plus, the top of the range package is 2,200 rupees. So those are a few items that I think could really interest you, whether you're living here, whether you're thinking of living here, or whether you're coming on holiday. These are all things that you need to take into account if you're going to be spending any amount of time here. So what do you think? Have things gone up radically in Mauritius and wherever you're watching in the world? Do let me know down in the comments below. I love to hear from you. Also, if you do find this content is useful, consider buying me a coffee. It all helps me to continue making these videos. Anyway, I will catch you very soon. See ya on the next one. Take care.